Good morning, everyone. It's Cynthia with your daily tarot card of the day. Thank you so much for joining me today. This week we're using the Herbal Tarot, and I have information about this deck in the description box below. So while I shuffle the cards, I'm just going to tune into the collective general energies of the day. Please remember that these messages are timeless, so whenever you happen to find this video, there's likely a message here for you. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. This is a general message for the collective. Some specifics might come out, but not necessarily. They may or may not resonate. So above all else, you are invited to please trust your own intuition, your own inner guidance, higher self, spirit guides, so that whatever card comes up, tune in and see if you receive your own personal messages or insights that you can carry with you through the day. Okay. The Magician with Astragalus. I'm hearing all the tools you need to move forward, and not just having the tools or the resources, but actually having the skills, the knowledge, the know-how in order to go ahead and move forward. This seems to be something, I heard the words big and important. So it feels like you could be working with something today, or someone today that is close to your heart, near and dear. It could have something to do with your work or your creativity. It could have something to do with a relationship or an event or something going on in your life. I'm seeing like family members gathering together or something like that. So there could be something important in the works for today, whether it's at the planning stages or whether, the actual event is today, or the, due date is today or tomorrow for something that you need to hand in. Whatever the case might be, today's energy is really trying to encourage and empower you not to shy away. Sometimes we can hesitate on moving something forward, or we can get nervous very naturally about something going off without a hitch, is what I heard. Or we can feel even like procrastinating, like, I can't do that, or not today, or I don't really know what I'm doing, so I feel like it's going to take too long and I don't have that time today, or this, that, the other thing. And what I'm hearing is with this card about you having the skills and the tools or the resources or the support or whatever it is around you, it's one of those things where if you don't start, you're not gonna. And because it is valuable to you in one way or another, either you're passionate about it, or, it's something that is important, or whatever, it's kind of like get out of your head and into your heart. So at the very least, stand up and get moving. You know what I mean? And I don't necessarily mean like go for a walk or something like that, or get stuck in a workout or whatever, but like okay, you know what you need to do, you know you're going to do it, you know, and just kind of like stand up and, yeah, put on music and, you know, do a little dance. Or get yourself moving, like stand up and set things up, you know. Maybe there's some things that you need to bring into a workspace or what have you. It's like by just getting started, they're saying getting out of our heads and into our bodies, the actual movement or the actual doing of something. Just to get the ball rolling. So they're talking about just shifting, but not just like a mindset shift or an attitude shift or, you know, a fake it till you make it kind of a thing. They're talking about physically shifting your position, your physical position, your body, in order to sort of just get the juices flowing so that you can dive in and do this thing, whatever it is, right? If you think a quick walk might help, you know, then go ahead. But they're really talking about like a 5-minute shift, like a very short shift, which is why it's not so much about like the length of a song is what, 2 to 4 minutes usually. They're talking about not getting caught up in something else that's going to take you 10, 15, 20 minutes. They're talking about making an immediate shift. If you're lying down, sit up. If you're sitting down, stand up. If you're standing, have a sit down. Like they're talking about physically shifting position or body posture in some fashion and taking those moments to, you know, a quick 5 minutes of moving your body, whether that be setting up your space in order or your work area in order to get started with something, or, you know, whether that be putting on a song and just moving your body, or, you know, in whatever case. But they're talking about out of the head and into the body, not even in the heart, out of the head into the body. But, you know, maybe breathing exercise or 2 or 3 yoga postures or, you know, qigong techniques, you know, whatever the case might be, just for a couple of minutes. That could, or doing some stretching, right? And then, you know, sitting down in a different position. But they're pretty much talking about, you know, you have the power to move forward, the tools and the resources that you need in order to manifest what you're looking for is around you. You have the skills to use them, and you have the knowledge to use them. So even if it's something brand new, even if it's something you're a little bit nervous about, you know, it's about getting out of the head and into the body and just doing, and in your gut, trusting. They're tapping, I'm feeling it in my solar plexus. They're tapping into that energy. So just knowing that, you know what, everything is okay. And I don't have to control whether or not everything is right. Like they're also showing me a group effort here. So there could be a situation where it's not all up to you. You could be putting undue pressure on yourself. Like once you get started, you know, you might be the leader or the manager or the supervisor of a particular thing, but there are people around you who can help. Even if you are a team of one, for whatever reason, they're showing me other people around you that it's not about relinquishing control. It's not about, you know, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, and if I ask for help, I'm going to look like I don't know what I'm doing. That's not the case. It's about being able to stand up and say, hey, you have a skill or knowledge or a resource, and, I need some help. Can you work with me? Right? It's about knowing that it's not all on your shoulders alone, that how you delegate or how you ask for and receive help or resources from those around you, as that puts you in this position of magic and mastery, right? The baker doesn't necessarily grow the wheat and mill it himself before they, use it as an ingredient. Okay? Just because the baker would have the kitchen equipment to do it and the skills and the knowledge and the know-how doesn't mean that they don't need others. There's always others involved. Even if you're reading a book, there was an author of that book. So recognize the resources that you really do have around you and allow yourself to work with them out of your head into your body. Sometimes the best place to start is just to stand up and start. Otherwise, we can get too much in our heads, or we can get too much in our hearts and not actually follow through with what we want to do. So maybe this is spirit to me, because I am a procrastinator. So those are all classic tips for getting through your procrastination or your overthinking or your imposter syndrome or whatever that is. So whoever's listening, even if you don't identify with those specific personality traits or behavior traits, at the same time, the energy of today is recognize that your power is both in an environment where you have the things that you need, but also within you to put those things together, to know how and when to use them. You've got what it takes in order to make something. This is something valuable. The magician doesn't enter into it lightly, right? The magician is putting things together of great importance. Part of their passion. They're trying to manifest a true desire. They're, trying to be of service with whatever it is that they're doing. They're trying to create magic in their own lives, because that then ripples out to the others around them and creates magic around them in their sphere of influence. So the intuition and the knowledge, the skills to use the tools and the resources around you, if you get moving or get started, you start reading a book by opening it up and reading the first word on the page. So Spirit is really saying, out of the head, out of the heart, really put all of that energy into the body and get moving, because you have what it takes and you have what you need. So this is also very much, like I said at the very beginning, definitely a card of empowerment and following through, or dedicating yourself to something that you want to accomplish. So go for it. Spirit is giving you the resources, the connection, the inspiration, the energy. So open yourself up. Open up your body posture. Open up your arms. Get yourself started. Draw this energy in, and you'll be able to move forward. Wishing you all peace and blessings and a wonderful, magical day. Thank you for joining me, And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.